Folks, we work hard our whole lives, putting money aside for retirement, dreaming of relaxing days on the beach, exploring new cities, or spending time with loved ones. But for some retirees, those dreams turn into nightmares. They arrive at their destination only to find out the vacation rental they booked doesn't exist. They're out thousands of dollars, stranded in a foreign country, and their long-awaited vacation is ruined. That's what happened to George and Alicia, a lovely couple from Nebraska who saved up for years to finally take that trip to Mexico. They pictured themselves sipping margaritas on a white sand beach. But their dream turned into a nightmare when their taxi dropped them off at an empty lot in a rundown neighborhood. Stray dogs were their only welcoming committee. These scams are targeting our seniors, folks, and it's got to stop. We need to protect ourselves and our loved ones. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look out for and how to avoid falling prey to these heartless criminals. And don't forget to grab your free copy of my ebook, Retirement Identity Theft and Scams, at www.fantasticretirement.com. It's packed with even more information to keep you safe. George and Alicia, like many of us, were so excited to finally book their dream vacation. They spent hours online, browsing through countless websites, comparing prices, reading reviews. They finally stumbled upon what seemed like the perfect deal, a charming beachfront villa in Mexico, complete with stunning ocean views, a private pool, and all for a fraction of the price of other comparable rentals. They were ecstatic. They booked it immediately, their hearts filled with anticipation for their upcoming escape. What George and Alicia didn't realize was that they had fallen into a trap, a sophisticated scam designed to prey on unsuspecting travelers, especially seniors. The website they used looked legitimate, filled with professional photos and glowing reviews, but it was all a facade, a carefully constructed illusion designed to steal their money and their dream vacation. These scammers are cunning, folks. They know how to create websites that look authentic, using stolen images and fake testimonials to lure in their victims. They often offer deals that are too good to be true, preying on our desire for a bargain. George and Alicia, caught up in the excitement of planning their trip, didn't notice the red flags. They didn't think to double-check the website's legitimacy, to verify the rental property's existence, or to question why the price was so low. They were blinded by the promise of a dream vacation, a mistake that many of us have made at some point in our lives. Here's another layer to this scam that makes it even more convincing: the involvement of a third-party travel company. These companies act as intermediaries between travelers and property owners, handling bookings and payments. On the surface, they appear legitimate, offering a sense of security and reassurance. George and Alicia booked their villa through one of these third-party companies. They received booking confirmations, payment receipts, and even had email exchanges with representatives who seemed helpful and professional. This all added to their sense of security, solidifying their belief that their dream vacation was a reality. What they didn't know was that this third-party company was in cahoots with the scammers. They were part of the elaborate scheme designed to create a smokescreen, a veil of legitimacy to conceal the fraudulent activity taking place. These third-party companies often have legitimate-sounding names and professional-looking websites, making it even harder to discern fact from fiction. They may even have customer service representatives who sound convincing on the phone, further lulling victims into a false sense of security. This is why it's crucial to be extra vigilant, folks. Don't let the involvement of a third-party company lull you into a false sense of security. Always do your research, verify the legitimacy of both the rental property and the booking platform, and never hesitate to ask questions. The sad truth is, George and Alicia's story is not unique. Thousands of people, many of them retirees, fall victim to vacation rental scams every year. According to the Federal Trade Commission, vacation rental scams cost consumers millions of dollars annually. These scams are becoming increasingly sophisticated, making it harder than ever to identify them. Imagine, folks, after years of hard work and saving, you finally embark on that long-awaited vacation, only to be greeted by locked doors, a construction site, or worse, nothing at all. The emotional toll of having your dream vacation ripped away is devastating, not to mention the financial burden of lost payments, unexpected travel expenses, and the scramble to find alternative accommodations. These scams are not just about stolen money. They're about stolen memories, shattered dreams, and the emotional distress inflicted upon hardworking individuals who deserve a relaxing and enjoyable vacation. The rise of online booking platforms, while offering convenience and a wider selection, has also opened the door to these unscrupulous individuals who exploit our trust and our desire for the perfect getaway. That's why it's more important than ever to be informed, to be proactive, and to arm ourselves with the knowledge and tools to protect ourselves from becoming victims. 7 ways to avoid travel scams. Protect your vacation. Now, I'm not telling you all this to scare you. I'm telling you this because knowledge is power. And I want to empower you to protect yourselves. Here are 7 ways to avoid travel scams. 1, book directly. Whenever possible, book your accommodations directly through the hotel or rental property's website. This eliminates the risk of dealing with fraudulent third-party platforms. 2, verify, verify, verify. Don't just rely on online reviews. Take the time to verify the legitimacy of the rental property and the booking platform. Check for authentic contact information. Look for the property on Google Maps, and search for online reviews from reputable sources. 3, be wary of deals that seem too good to be true. If the price seems significantly lower than comparable rentals, it's probably a red flag. Scammers often lure victims with unbelievably low prices to entice them to book quickly without asking too many questions. 4, use secure payment methods. Avoid paying with cash or wire transfers, as these methods offer little to no protection if something goes wrong. Opt for credit cards, which provide fraud protection and recourse if you become a victim of a scam. 5, read the fine print. Before you click that Book Now button, carefully review the rental agreement, including the cancellation policy, any additional fees, and the terms and conditions. 6, communicate directly with the property owner or manager. Establish direct communication with the property owner or manager to ask questions, clarify details, and address any concerns you may have. 7, trust your gut. If something feels off, don't ignore your instincts. It's better to be safe than sorry. If you have any doubts about the legitimacy of a rental property or booking platform, walk away and find another option. Now, you're probably wondering what happened to George and Alicia. Did they ever get their money back? Did they find a place to stay? Unfortunately, their story doesn't have a happy ending. They lost their entire savings for that trip, and they were stranded in a foreign country with nowhere to go. They tried contacting the rental company, but their calls went unanswered. They filed a police report, but the chances of recovering their money were slim to none. George and Alicia had to cut their trip short and return home, heartbroken and financially devastated. This is the harsh reality of these scams, folks. The perpetrators often operate from foreign countries, making it extremely difficult for law enforcement to track them down and bring them to justice. And even if they are caught, recovering your lost money is a long and arduous process, with no guarantee of success. This is why prevention is key. By following the tips we discussed earlier, you can significantly reduce your risk of becoming a victim. Don't let these criminals win. Protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and spread the word about these scams. Remember, folks, knowledge is your best defense against these predators. That's why I've created a free ebook, Retirement, Identity Theft, and Scams, packed with even more information to help you stay safe. It covers a wide range of scams targeting seniors, provides practical tips for protecting your identity and your finances, and empowers you to take control of your retirement security. Don't wait until it's too late. Head over to www.fantasticretirement.com right now and download your free copy. It's a valuable resource that could save you thousands of dollars and countless headaches. We're all in this together, folks. These criminals prey on our trust, our vulnerability, and our hard-earned savings. But we can fight back by sharing our stories, raising awareness, and looking out for one another. Have you or someone you know been a victim of a travel scam? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story could help others avoid falling into the same trap. And together, we can make it harder for these criminals to operate. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more informative videos on retirement security, scam prevention, and living your best life after retirement. Let's work together to create a safer and more secure future for ourselves and our loved ones. We've seen the devastation these scams can cause. We've heard the heartbreaking stories of retirees losing their life savings, their dream vacations turned into nightmares. But we don't have to be victims. We can fight back. Remember, these criminals are counting on our silence, our ignorance, our fear. But we're not going to let them win. We're going to arm ourselves with knowledge. We're going to be vigilant, and we're going to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Spread the word, share this video, and let's put these criminals out of business. Together, we can make a difference.